Camden Ground, Alpha Hotel Hotel at the Scout hangar, requesting clearance for circuits, taxi, requesting clearance for startup, taxi, and circuits with information Alpha.
Alpha Hotel Hotel, start approved, taxi holding point Alpha runway 06.
Start approved, holding point Alpha, runway 06. Alpha Hotel Hotel. Okay. I'm going to continue with the startup checklist, so that will include off avionics. Okay, avionics on. I've set the frequency is still on ground, which we're going to use until we get to holding point Alpha. 121.9. All right. Flaps are retracted. Yep. Circuit breakers are checked. Okay. And also, okay, so transponder at 3000. 3000 set for the circuits within the area. All right, so another thing that I'd like to do is to lean, right? So it's over 1000 RPM now. So I'm just going to use the rotation method that you showed me. And as I'm turning this off, I'm looking at the needle to see as the RPMs are increasing, how far that will go. And once it goes at its maximum, then I know that it's the right mix. So it's gone up a little. Now it starts to drop. Yeah. Okay. It was quite pronounced.
All right, that's good.
Around here, right? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, continuing. So, yeah. Okay. Taxi. All right. So we've done the taxi. So I've done the mixture control step in the taxi. So we can begin the taxiing. And during the taxi, we'll be looking at brakes, steering, and the instruments to make sure they're all live. All right, let's go. Yeah, heels on the floor.
All right, just check your brakes.
Yep.
Very good.
Full stop.
And I'll check mine. Yep.
Okay.
All good. Should always check them before you actually need them.
Before you go too far.
Yeah.
You can't stop at the threshold here.
Yep.
All right. Checking for traffic. Do a full stop. Right clear and left clear. Okay. Go across to taxi. Taxiways Charlie.
Yeah, so remember we're checking our instruments, our directional gyros turning, our turn coordinator.
Yep, I'm waiting for this turn to do the coordinator, because it's a nice turn. All right, yeah, that's definitely turning. The directional indicator and the turn coordinator are working.
And the compass.
And the compass is moving.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, on the center line. I noticed there were a couple of planes doing circuits just before 8 o'clock when the tower was closed. So they were using untowered procedures.
Yes, the Camden becomes a CTAF procedures when the tower's not operating.
Yeah. All right, I'll go into taxiway Alpha. Traffic. Okay, I'll do a small braking. There's still no wind, so I'm looking at the windsock. And turn into the wind. Okay, and full stop and parking brake. Okay, so I'm still stepping on the brakes. Parking brake is on, passenger seat backs and seat belts. My seat back is pretty 90 degrees, but it's fine. I know there's a way to adjust it, but actually this position is pretty good. Cabin doors are closed and locked, yep. Flight controls. Elevators are working. Yep, the controls are free and correct. Flight instruments. Okay, let's adjust a few things. So the QNH is 1024. So 1024 set. Okay, I'm going to also change the bug to the runway heading. I'm going to check again on the bug as we get closer to, or as we get to the holding point alpha, but I think this is good. And I'm also going to set the directional indicator. So just what's 332 or half 325?
335. It looks like.
3.5. Yeah. So that. Move it back a bit. Say right there. Okay, directional indicator set. So that's it with the flight instruments. I've done the QNH as a heading bug. Altitude, AH?
Artificial horizon.
Artificial horizon.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Otherwise I can just,
Yeah.
got it. Yeah. So we are kind of heading upward, like we are in an upslope, so probably I need to compensate for that slightly. Maybe that would be better. Okay, and the altitude selector, is that the altitude selector over there? Or? Oh, this one here. So that's my target altitude. Yep, 1,300. Got it. Okay. So flight instruments are good. Fuel quantity we checked earlier. We've got about half tanks. So that would be 100 liters on both tanks. And yeah, I can see the quantity here kind of represents what we've measured earlier. Mixture rich.
Just close your windows before we.
Fuel selector on both. Throttle 1800 RPM. I've got my feet on my brakes. Okay, 1800 RPMs. Magnetos on both now. Left. Yep, we've got to drop both. And right. All good. Back to both. The meter is on the 0. And then the other panel is working. Throttle back to idle. So this is a vacuum warning,
Yep.
right? Yeah, because
it's quite normal when it's at idle.
Yeah. Okay. The friction lock is okay. And let's go back to 1000 RPM. Right. Strobe lights, I'll turn it on once we get to holding point alpha. The radios and avionics are good. I'm going to switch to tower now, 1 to 0.10. Okay.
Runway 06, Papa Victor Delta.
We don't use navigation, GPS, or autopilot. We don't have an electric trim. The elevator trim is set for takeoff. Wing flaps, we don't use flaps. We'll do a flapless takeoff. Okay, the takeoff safety briefing. I'll do another attempt on this. So we are going to do a normal takeoff. If there's any issues during the takeoff process at the beginning and the airspeed is not live and I've got the T's and P's not in the green, I'm going to abort the takeoff and taxi out of the runway. If we have become airborne and there is still runway ahead of us, then I'm going to land and taxi out of the runway. If we have become airborne and there is no more runway available, then we're going to look for a suitable landing spot within 30 degrees, left or right, and land at that location. Most likely it's going to be on the right side of the extended runway. If we have reached altitude, especially if we are over 1,000 above ground, 1,000 feet above ground, then I'm going to attempt to glide and land, and I'm going to assume landing. I'm going to assume gliding speed, which is 68, which is 60. Yeah, I was correct. 68 knots. Yeah, okay. But I thought that somewhere on the dashboard as well, those performance numbers. It's okay. Yeah, 68. That's something that I actually remember. It is in red. Okay, and I think that is the takeoff safety briefing. Yeah.
Yeah, just one minor qualification. When you say you've just taken off, it's if I've taken off and I experience a loss of engine power.
Right.
You just said if I've taken off and there's runway remaining, I'm going to land.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, so, so just remember. And the other thing is, if you're going to land back on the runway, you haven't got a lot of decision time, so you're just landing. But you really need to try to determine is it a complete engine failure or partial engine failure. The only way you know is if you can maintain a safe flying speed. So straight and level. If you can't maintain a straight and level and a safe flying speed, then you need to treat it as a full engine failure, despite the fact you may be getting some RPM.
If there is runway remaining, however, I probably don't have enough time to determine all that.
You don't.
So
You don't. In that situation, you just lower the nose, land.
I assume the worst, no engine power.
And we'll go through that in our emergency circuit emergencies lesson.
Okay, yeah. All right. And for the departure briefing, so basically today we are going to do a normal takeoff, flapless takeoff. We are going to do left-hand circuits, practice several touch and goes, and maybe go arounds. We'll see how we go, and eventually come back and do our full stop landing.
On 06.
On runway 06. Yep. Yeah.
Correct.
We'll never know. Things might change. Last week I was looking at flight radar. This plane actually was doing left-hand circuits, and then the last two were right-hand.
Oh, okay.
Maybe the wind changed. Right. So I think we're good to go.
Correction, runway 06, maintain 1,800 feet, report zone boundary.
All right. So I've released the brake, the parking brake, checking for traffic. There's no traffic around us. Flap is off. And releasing my brakes. The power. Okay.
Now I did put it back on ground because we were sitting there for an extended time.
Sure.
So now we can go to tower if you want.
Let's do that now. So back to tower. Now, when I go for the takeoff, as we did last week, I'm not just going to go in the runway and then immediately take off. I'm going to do a stop on the center line just to check that the bug is properly aligned. Is that the correct procedure?
Well, you shouldn't have to stop to do that.
Okay, so I can just go and...
Yep.
Yeah. Okay,
you can't stop on the runway unless you ask permission to do that.
All right, so you got to be in movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
All right, so back to 1,000 RPM. I don't believe there's another checklist for this.
No, there's not.
Yeah. There is a flow check. I know that the vid has done, but we
Yes.
think we're good. All right. Holding point alpha. We are on the ground frequency. Okay. Camden Tower, Cessna 172, Alpha Hotel Hotel at holding point alpha, ready for takeoff.
Alpha Hotel Hotel, clear
Clear
for takeoff.
to take off, Alpha Hotel Hotel. Okay, good.
Paul Scott sounds
Right.
like he's had a heavy night.
Yeah, he's a bit slow today.
Yeah, he can be a bit of a grumble bum too. All right, strobes on.
Yep.
So you just do some checks. Strobes are on, mixture's rich, our fuel is on,
It's on.
and our DI's aligned to the compass.
Yep.
T's and P's look good.
Yep. Turning coordinator is working on the center line. Oh, so he's
Right. So you can see your heading bugs lined up, so let's full power.
Okay, full power. All the way in. Airspeed is alive. Everything is in the green. 40 degrees.
Just feet off the brakes. You got your feet on the brakes. Yep. So heels on the floor, remember?
Heels on the floor, 60 knots, and rotate. Yes. Bit of right rudder to stay on the heading. I'm going to get my speed sorted. Okay, 70 knots. Still on the correct heading, and my airspeed is 70.
74 you want? 75.
I want 74, yeah, but it's less than that. Okay, that's about it now. Okay, we're good.
Don't forget your trim.
And trim, 1, 2. Okay, checking for my altitude is 700. Speed is still good. Heading is still good. I'm going to do my left turn into downwind in a moment. Speed is still good. Heading is still good. Okay, I'm going to do my left turn now. Checking right, center, left. 10, 15 degrees left turn. Getting closer to my altitude. My speed is a bit high.
Yeah, so raise the nose a bit.
Yeah. And I'm still turning. And hit my altitude. Let my speed pick up. Still turning. A little more speed. And I'm going to pull back now. The throttle. 2200. I know my altitude has gone up. Okay, I'm going to do my left turn into downwind. Checking right, center, left, and turning left now. Well, my height has gone
Right,
very
so
high.
bring your power back.
Yeah.
Get back to circuit height. You're way too wide.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to cut down RPMs a little more. And I'm now aligned with the runway.
Get it down.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to come my call.
Yep.
Alpha Hotel Hotel, downwind for touch and go.
Alpha Hotel Hotel, follow the Seminole on short final.
There it is. Traffic sighted. Okay, bumpish. So brakes are good. Undercarriage is down. Mix is rich. RPMs. Yeah, RPMs are good.
Sorry.
So plenty of fuel. Instruments are looking good. And switches are good. Magnesium both. And harnesses and doors are all locked. And I'm looking for my altitude is good. I'm going to extend 10 degrees flap. Good for that. I'm looking for my...
Sorry, Alpha Hotel Hotel, say again.
Clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, Alpha Hotel Hotel.
Yep, I didn't even hear that.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going, I'm almost 45 degrees. Okay, actually my heading is a little messed up, so let's fix that. And there's a tower. Yeah, I'm wide with this one. So I've got 10 degrees flap already. I've got my RPMs at 1500. I'm going to start my left turn in a moment. I'm going to check for traffic right, center, and left. All good.
Alright, why is our airspeed 65?
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to push down a little. and start my turn. Actually, I should put some power as well momentarily. Alright, am I also a bit low? I should be doing this earlier.
You're okay there. Now, I haven't seen you use much trim.
Yeah.
Now, I did notice when you set trim on upwind, you trim the nose down, which is pretty unusual. Normally, you've got to trim the nose up.
Right. Okay, I just set 20 degrees flap.
Asymmetric approved. Follow the Cessna, turning base.
What's your airspeed?
Yeah, airspeed is very low, so I'm going to pull
Nose down.
pitch down a bit.
Yep.
Okay,
Leave the
that's better.
RPM where it is.
75. About to be ready to turn to left. So
remember, we want to be 500 feet when we're turning final.
Yep.
So you're a bit
I'm
high.
very high.
Yeah, so bring that power back.
Okay, I'm starting my left turn now. Looking at my speed as well. 70 knots. Speed is good. I'm going to pull back on the RPMs a little more. Speed is still good. I'm going to get 30-degree flap. RPMs at 1,000. I am pretty high. I got to be close and this might be a touch and go. And I'm going to trim for this speed. Actually, approach is okay.
Looking good now?
Yeah. Using a bit of left rudder to keep us steady. Okay, I'm starting to pull back. I've got idle, throttle is idle.
You're just rounding out too early.
Yeah.
Yep. Now,
Pulling back.
throttle idle if it's not already. Just straighten that.
Alright, not bad. Remove flaps and full throttle. Okay. 50 knots, 60 and rotate.
Alright, so a little rusty.
Yeah. Okay, my speed and headings are good.
Clear touch and go, uniform November Alpha.
Trim. Okay, speed is now 74, 80. Let's reduce that a little. Heading still good. Okay, speed is good. Trim. Alright, speed is just over 80. Altitude 800 feet. Heading is good. I'm going to turn left now. Checking right, left, center left. Okay. Turn left.
Alright, so just remember, you can turn crosswind when you're 500 feet AGL. Right, we were 900 before you turn crosswind.
I actually feel if I turn too early, I've got less time in downwind. So I want to give myself a little bit of extra time. Alright, I'm approaching my altitude. Yes, that's it. So I'm going to pull forward, trim.
Oh, you should save the trim until you change your power setting.
Power.
Yep. Alright, now power.
Power back.
Start to turn downwind.
Okay, I'm going to turn down, looking for traffic, all good. And turn left now. 30 degrees, turn.
Alright, now trim it for straight and level when you finish the turn. This is looking better now.
Alright, this is much better. Okay, Mike, radio call. Alpha Hotel Hotel, downwind for touch and go.
Alpha Hotel, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, Alpha Hotel Hotel. Okay, I'm going to pull down to 1800.
Why? Not
Okay,
now,
stop pitch,
2200.
2200, yep. Stop pitch, so brakes are good, undercarriage is good, instruments are good, fuel is rich, throttle, mix is rich, fuel is sufficient, instruments are looking good. Fix my heading, heading's a little off. Got Altitude is good. Okay, continuing. Switches are good. Magnetism
Alpha,
boat.
downwind touch and go.
And hatches and harnesses are good. I'm just going to trim here a little.
Power.
Uniform new route.
Yeah. Alright.
You've gone well past that point where we
Yeah.
reduce power.
So power to 1800. There's
Flap.
my tower. Up 10. Looking for traffic. All good. So left turn.
Right, 1500, remember?
1500.
So a little bit rusty today.
Yeah.
You're back
Yes,
to
ma'am.
that, you're thinking things through too much and you're getting behind the aeroplane.
Yeah.
All right, start to assess. Too high, too low.
I am high. So I'm going to pull back on RPMs a little. Just going to get out of the turn now and level wings. So flap 20. Yep, flap 20. Pull back on power as well. Looking at the runway. My speed is 70 knots, which is okay. 75 would be better, so I'll pitch down a little. Yeah, I'm about to turn left. Looking for traffic, right, center, and left. All good. So I'll start the left turn now. Flat 30-degree left turn. Alright, flap, full flap.
Going around. Uniform new route.
Pulling back on power, I'm a little high. 1000 RPM.
Uniform route. Diverge left and I will advise when to turn crosswind. Okay, diverging left.
Speed is 70 knots. Okay, I'm going to start pulling back. Throttle is idle.
Nose up just a little, that's it, just hold it.
Alright,
Very well done.
flaps up.
All done by you.
Thank you.
Right, just keep it on that center line.
On the center line, full throttle.
Turn crosswind. Followed by
60 knots, rotate. Okay. The speed is 70,
Come on, you want 75.
75
Come on,
knots.
put the nose down. Down a bit more. Put the nose down.
Yep. Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry. Okay. I'm on the extended threshold, extended runway heading. Speed is good, 70.
Don't forget trim.
That's
it.
Yep. Good move.
Excellent.
Alright, so I'm over, say 900 feet, so I'm going to turn. Going to do it a little earlier than usual.
15 degrees.
15-degree turn. Still managing speed.
Remember, there's tolerances on your angle bank as well, so I'll show you that when we get back.
Followed by Alpha. Turning base. Touch and go. Uniform Alpha, clear touch and go. Clear touch and go. Followed by Alpha.
Level wings and reach my altitude. Let the speed pick up. And pull back 2200. And I'm going to trim now. Alright, going to do my left turn. Now, checking for traffic, all good. 30-degree turn. Almost there. Okay. Level wings. Okay, I'm doing my call. Alpha Hotel Hotel, downwind for touch and go.
Alpha Hotel Hotel.
Alright, so I'm going to do the pump state check. So brakes are good, undercarriage is good, mix is rich, fuel is sufficient, instruments are all in the green, looking good. Switches and leaders are on both, and fuel selector on both, and hatches and harnesses are good.
Cabin ground, wired from the Foxtrot at the buzzer with information
Okay.
Alpha request
Reduce to 1800 RPMs.
Bravo Delta Foxtrot, taxi.
I'll extend flap to 10.
Taxi holding point Alpha 06, Bravo Delta Foxtrot.
Fix my heading. Okay, it's better. Still 1300 feet. So I'm going to start my turn in a moment. Looking for traffic, right, center, and left, all clear. So looking at my speed is 75 or close to 80. Turning left, RPMs at 1500. Clear touch and go, Alpha Hotel.
Good pickup.
Okay, yeah. Starting to realize that I'm Alpha Hotel.
Yes.
Expecting Julia Bravo Charlie.
I'm trying to mix the aeroplanes up so
Yeah.
you don't get...
Good point.
Yeah.
Alright. Becomes muscle memory.
That's right.
Alright, so that's my turn. Looking at the runway threshold, it's good. Okay, so my speed, 80. I'm going to pull back to 1500. Actually was, but just a little more. My speed is 17 knots, which is good. I'm going to pull back to cut some power a little more and go for 20 degrees flap. About to do my left turn into final, checking right, center, left, all clear. So I'll do my left turn now. Okay, speed 70 knots. Just a bit over to the other side of the extended runway heading, but all good now. So I'm going to pull back a little more on power. We are a little high and extend 20 degree flap. Okay, RPMs at 1000. Approach is looking okay. Going to trim for this speed. Okay, speed is 65. Pulling back on the control column. Okay, a little bit to the side, but yeah. Okay, flaps up and full throttle. 60 knots, rotate. But Alpha, downwind touch and go.
Around
74 knots.
Touch and go is fine by Alpha.
Some right rudder. Plus from the center line.
All right, so we'll just introduce our 300-foot checks. T's and P's are good.
P's and P's are good, yeah.
Flaps are retracted.
Flaps retracted, yep. Lop a little more to get to best climbing speed. And trim. Okay, trimmed.
Excellent. What height are we? We can start turning
So
across
700,
right now.
yeah, let's do an early turn. So right, center, left, 10 degrees turn. 15 degrees. And just what? 900 feet. A little high, so I'll pull up. So a little fast, so I'm going to pull up, get the speed down a little more. 1200 feet. Heading to 1300, so I'm going to pull down, change the power to 2200, and then trim.
Very good.
Okay. Left turn. Checking for traffic right, center left, all clear, so 30 degree turn.
All right, remember we want to turn over the top of the river.
Yeah.
So you need to anticipate, and why are we climbing?
Yeah.
Seem to let it go a bit just at this point.
That's what I was looking out of.
You've got to keep that A-lap process. Attitude, lookout, attitude, performance.
Copy the go around.
Okay. So we're going to be over the river, is that right? Not on the right
Ideally.
side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just put you that little bit closer.
Okay.
If the engine stopped, you'd want to be able to glide back to the airport.
Okay, my call. Alpha Hotel Hotel downwind for touch and go.
Alpha Hotel Hotel.
Okay, so bumfish, brakes are good, undercarriage is down, mix is rich, fuel is sufficient, instruments are looking good, the switches are good, magnetors are on both, and fuel selector on both, and harnesses and doors are locked. Alright, so down to 1800 RPM, and the speed is good for 10-degree flap.
Yeah, just check your heading
Oh, the heading's off.
and your height.
Oh man, there's some mess.
Yep.
So I'm going to count down to 1500.
Good.
Get that height and still high, pitch down. That will fix the speed as well. So heading is good, speed is better, and altitude is also better. Okay, turn to base, left, right, center, left, all good.
Just remember, all the way downwind, despite having to do your checks and all that, we're still assessing heading, height, spacing, speed.
So I think I should be interrupting my checks every now and then just to look at what's happening, because I think I'm spending too much time with the checks and forget about everything else. But if I...
Let's go to flap now so we don't end up too high on base.
Flap 20 and 1500.
What's your airspeed?
Yeah, airspeed is a bit high. Actually, it's good now. All right. All right, so the runway is looking good. I'm going to do a left turn in a moment. So airspeed is a bit low. I'll fix that by pitching down. And do my left turn now. Right, center, left.
Too early, too early.
Too early?
Yep.
Okay, now. 30-degree left turn.
Excellent. See how you're rolling out onto the extended center line?
Yeah.
Chew.
Alpha Hotel Hotel, touch and go.
1 over Alpha, downwind touch and go. For our follow the final.
30-degree flap.
Okay, over.
Reduced RPM just above 1,000. RPM 1,000 now. Airspeed 70 knots. Pulling back. RPM on idle. Pulling back. Alright. Remove flaps. Full throttle. 60 knots. Rotate.
For Alpha, clear touch and go. Clear touch and go, in 1 over Alpha.
80 knots. I'll pitch up a little to reduce the speed to best climbing speed. Okay, that's better.
Alright, so let's try to get that height under control, turning downwind.
Yep.
So remember, you need to anticipate reaching 1300.
Yep.
So I would start to reduce your rate of climb as you're approaching 1300, rather than wait for 1300 and then do a...
And allow the speed to pick up a little in the process. Alright, so I'm over the turning altitude, so I'm going to do a left turn. Checking for traffic, all good.
15 degrees.
15 degrees.
Victor Delta, taxi holding point Alpha runway 06.
So my speed is increasing, I've reduced my rate of climb. A little more. A little more. I'm starting to reduce power.
Oh, hang on. Attitude first. Your airspeed's good now. Yep. Now reduce the power.
Reduce power to 2200.
Keep the attitude there.
Trim.
Start to turn.
Start to turn now. Right, center, left, turning.
Bird.
That bird was very close.
Very close.
Okay, altitude is still good. Turn into downwind. A little low now, so...
Right, so just turn a little wide again, but getting better.
Okay, coming out of the turn now. I'll do my call. Alpha Hotel Hotel, downwind for touch and go.
Alpha Hotel Hotel.
Okay, so British, so brake,
See you later.
undercarriage is good, my heading is still good, altitude is a little high, so let's reduce that down a little. I've got 2000 RPMs. Okay, that's good. So instruments are good, fuel is sufficient, over the threshold, so 1800 while keeping the altitude. All right, and harnesses, checks harnesses are good, and 10 degrees flap. And I'm going to start my left.
Camden Tower, Bravo Delta Foxtrot at holding point Alpha runway 06, ready, request the overhead departure on climb to Wollongong.
Right, so that's good. Look our airspeed.
Yep.
Spot on.
It's good.
Let's turn.
So turning
control
to base now.
Make sure your RPM's 1500.
Yeah,
Let's get that.
a little more.
Just hold that nose up a bit. You've lost your airspeed. Let's go to 20 now.
20 degrees. So I can do a flap extension during the descending turn.
Yep. Just trying to lessen that steepness of final.
Yep.
All right, so this is looking better now.
Yep.
Now, the only thing we need to be on the lookout this time is we don't get too low.
Yeah.
All right, so what happens if we get too low? What are you going to do?
Well, I need to put some pitch up and put RPM. Actually, put RPM first.
Put RPM,
Yeah.
hold the attitude,
Yeah.
watch your airspeed.
All right. So
Watch
I'm
your
gonna do my
airspeed.
left turn. Oh, yeah, still low, so pitch down a little.
Yes.
And turn now to left.
All right, so you're 500 feet above the ground, so that's really quite good. You see how the angle looks very different now.
Yeah.
This is what we want to see, because you'll find, as long as we manage our descent now, you'll find that the round out is far less noticeable for you.
Less dramatic.
Yes, all right.
All right.
Bring that power back. See how the aeroplane's pitched up a bit.
Okay, so
Remember, we want to keep that 06 in the same spot on the windscreen.
just trimmed for this speed. Speed is 70. Flap fully extended. RPMs 1000. Airspeed. Yep. It's just on the 70, not
Stay on that center line. Start to reduce that powers.
Power is totally idle. Yep, starting to pull back on the column. Hold it.
Clear balloon.
Oh, that was a bit hard.
Yep.
Okay, remove flap.
All right, full power.
Power. 60 knot and rotate.
All right, so it was looking pretty good until we got to near the end there.
Yeah.
When you reduce back to idle, right, you were still too high. So you should have just reduced the power a bit, not back to idle, till you're ready to flare, and that's when the power comes back to idle. Unless you're too high.
Yeah, do small movements.
Come on, watch your airspeed.
Yeah.
Don't let that drop.
Airspeed 80.
Well, it should be 74.
Yeah, reducing now. Yep, 70. 75. Okay. Just crossing 800 feet, so I'll do my turn. Right, center and left. Okay, left turn. Fifteen degrees bank angle. 1100 feet.
Right, keep the climb going.
Yeah.
Right, now start to reduce your climb.
Starting to reduce power.
Attitude.
Oh, with
No,
attitude.
no, attitude.
Yeah, okay.
Keep the turn going.
Continue with the turn.
You can go to a level turn now. So 30 degrees.
And pulling back on throttle.
And roll out. Yep.
We're good.
Hey, trim.
Okay. Taking left turn. Downwind.
All right, so let's get that height under control. more left rudder. But keep that
Yeah, the
scan
ball.
going. Beautiful. All right.
Okay,
This looks
coming
good.
turn. So
This
right
looks really good.
All right. Alpha Hotel, downwind for touch and go. Okay.
Straight into bump fish.
Okay. Brakes, undercarriage, fuel is rich. Got enough fuel for touch and go.
Sure.
Got instruments. Well, I'm looking at altitude is dropping, so let's pick that up again. And continue with the bump fish in a moment. Okay, switches are good. Marking this on both. Then hatches and harnesses are here. All right, I'm still on a good heading.
Power 1800.
Switches power.
Yeah, remember we're being that threshold. 1800.
Trim
Excellent.
and flap 10.
Always make sure you check you're not more than 110.
Yeah, I did, but I didn't verbalize. Okay, so I've got some time for the left turn. Just stabilizing my speed, 17 knots, and the trim is good.
Excellent.
1300 feet.
That's what I want to
Very
see.
nice.
Well done.
Still good heading. I got to 1500 RPM into my left turn now.
Climb, cleared for takeoff.
Leave the zone of climbing, clear for takeoff, Papa Victor Delta.
What's your airspeed? Building up.
Yep, airspeed is building
20
up.
degrees.
So let's go for 20 degrees flap. Coming out of the turn now. Right, train for the speed. Okay, airspeed 17 knots. Right, let's go for. I'll do the 30 degree later.
30 is always on final, late
Yeah,
final.
that's right. Okay, a bit early for the turn, so looking for traffic, right, center, left, good. Airspeed is dropping a little low, so pitch down, and I'm going to do my 30 degree turn.
Right, touch and go.
Clear, touch and go, Alpha Hotel.
All right, so start to use your power now.
All right, come out of the turn.
Watch your airspeed, don't let it build up.
30 degrees flat.
Very good.
Power down.
That's good.
A little more.
That's good. Excellent.
I'll do this as needed. There's not a specific number.
That's
for
right.
Power.
Exactly.
All right, so 17 knot the approach speed, which is good. And the numbers are looking good on the windshield.
Try not to induce that turbulence.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, that's good. Stable. Almost over the threshold. It is a little bumpy just on this spot here. Pulling back on idle just over the threshold and starting to flare.
Don't never push that nose down.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the crosswinds. Oh, it's not much of a crosswind.
Full power. 60 knots and rotate. Yeah, the approach was better. I kind of hesitated to touch down eventually, but the balloon wasn't too bad. Okay.
Yeah, you're just rounding out a little high. Come on, best rate of climb.
Best rate of climb.
And what's your after takeoff checks?
Yep. Okay, so mix is rich. We've got the throttle all the way in, and
that's a retractor.
Yep,
T's. Very good.
Right. The speed is good now. Better than before, actually. All right, almost at 700 feet. Still good heading. I'm over, so 800 feet. I'm going to do my left turn. Check for traffic. And 15 degree left turn. Climbing turn.
Now we had 100 litres on board. You'll notice that's flashing. Look at the gauges. The gauges dramatically under read.
Yeah, the sensors are probably not in a good position.
Yeah. Also a building safety pin, I think.
Yeah, of course. All right, 1300. I'm going to start pitching down. I'm not doing anything with the throttle yet. let the speed build up. And while this is happening, I'm going to start my left turn. Right, center, left. Okay, left turn now. Okay. Pull back the throttle to 2200.
Notice it's extinguished now that we're in level flight.
Ground, Juliet, okay, Tango, Alpha 4, West Long, 2 POB, in receipt of Alpha, request taxi airways.
Juliet Tango, taxi to the run-up bay and I will advise your clearance.
Taxi to the run-up bay, Juliet, okay.
Down
I will
wind.
advise the code and make it the Delta bays, obviously.
I'll make my call in a moment.
Juliet, okay, I think I'm reading you just over 3. What did you say at the last bit?
Trim.
Sorry, I'm just confirming the Delta bays.
Doing my
Delta run up
fish
bay,
while
Juliet.
this is happening. Brakes, undercarriage, instruments.
Radio.
Alpha Hotel Hotel, late downwind for touch and go.
Alpha Hotel Hotel, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, Alpha Hotel Hotel. Okay, instruments are good, switches are good, hatches and hunters are good, fuel sufficient for go around. So I'm going to go to 1800 RPMs, checking speed appropriate for 10-degree flap.
Camden Aerodrome, Turkey Lima Lava Lima is at Curtis Hangar in receipt of Alpha, request.
I'll fix my heading slightly
Lima
off.
Bravo, Lima taxi holding
Speed
Port
is
Alpha
70
runway
knots.
06.
That's good.
Point Alpha, runway 06.
Alright, I can see the tower. And I'm going to do a left turn in a moment, 1500 RPMs, 10 degrees of flap, all set up, and doing the left turn now. I'm keeping my attitude as well. So there's a 30-degree left turn. And I'll put my flap 20-degree while this is happening. Okay, coming out of the turn now. Alright. Yeah, good position from the runway. And my speed is getting low, so let's fix that by pitching down and a bit of power. Alright, 70.
Juliet Tango, squawk
Now to
4273.
turn left, checking for traffic, right.
Squawk 4273, Juliet, okay.
Turning now. 70 knots. $70 knots. Okay. Just need to catch the extended runway. This is good. 30-degree flap. 1500 RPM. 70 knots. Yep, good. Just trim for the speed. Oops. A bit to the left. Looks like we gained a bit of altitude all of a sudden. Alright. Still good. 70 knots. Adding on power. Now. Idle.
Alright, let's go around.
Go around.
Full power, full power.
Full power. And I'll do 1 notch. Okay, we're going around. 20 degrees. And 10 and no flap. So this started looking okay, but
I was looking okay, I just wanted you to do a go around.
okay.
Come on, get your climb.
Yeah.
Speed.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll make this a full stop now.
Okay.
Just remember with your go round, your first action, full power.
Full power, then flap.
Then flap.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the what about the call? Is
Well,
that
the
like
call
last-
comes later. Remember,
Okay.
you aviate, navigate, communicate.
Yeah.
They can see you're going around.
All right. 800 knots. Sorry, 800 feet.
800 knots. That's impressive.
I wish. Okay, left turn.
All station innovation Bravo, current wind's just starting to get up a little bit, variable at 6.
My speed is a little high. Okay, pulling down reaching my altitude, let the speed build up, and reducing RPMs to 2200. Okay, I'm going to do my left turn. Let's do a trim first, then left turn. Checking the traffic, left turn.
Thank you, ground, Juliet,
30 degrees. That's good.
Juliet Tango, taxi holding point, Delta runway 06.
Taxi holding point, Delta runway 06, Juliet, Tango.
Okay, coming out of the turn now.
All right, remember full stop.
Yep. Alpha Hotel Hotel, downwind for full stop. Okay. Sunfish, that's a good.
Camden Tower, Juliet, Tango is ready, holding point, Delta runway 06, request backtrack.
I don't think I got a
Juliet
response.
Tango, backtrack and line up runway 06.
Very good.
Backtrack and line up, runway 06,
Approach down.
Juliet, Tango.
Alpha Hotel,
Richard.
Hotel, make one right orbit. Report complete.
One right orbit, report complete, Alpha Hotel, Hotel. Do a 360 right-hand turn.
Oh, really? Okay. That's interesting.
It's because he wants to let the King Air.
So there's someone behind us, it's a bit faster?
There's someone on the ground on the doing a backtrack. Now, what's your height?
Yeah. So I need to maintain the
1,000
circuit altitude
Yes.
and pick up downwind again
Yes.
at the end of the circle.
Confirm departure direction.
All right.
Juliet, Tango, departing to the northwest.
Never done this before.
I think we'll go 0.1 over on this circuit, on this lesson, sorry.
That's okay.
Because we've got to refuel after this too.
Yep. So continuing my turn.
Yes, keep that turn going.
1,300 feet.
And Juliet, Tango is lined up 06.
Juliet Tango, passing 1,800, contact 124.55. Leave the zone on climb, clear for takeoff.
12455, clear for takeoff 06, Juliet, Tango.
So that's the threshold.
Yep, keep going.
All right.
There's our river.
Yeah. So we're going to end up with this turn quite late downwind. We just continue from there?
Yes.
Into base?
Yes.
All right.
So when we finish the turn, keep the turn going. When we finish the turn, we'll just go back to 1800 RPM.
Yep.
Keep the turn going, don't lose height, you're descending. Do not lose height.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Alpha Hotel, Hotel, orbit complete.
Hotel number 1, thanks.
Well, no problems, Alpha Hotel, Hotel.
Okay, so you can join base.
1800.
All right, 800
Flaps.
RPMs. 10.
But just watch your altitude on this one because you've
I'm
got
very low.
200 feet.
I've got some speed to exchange for altitude.
Camden ground glider, Sierra Victor Quebec, radio check please.
Sierra Victor Quebec 4.
Okay.
Wait 4, thank you.
I don't see the tower though.
You're over the top of it, so
All right, turn left.
just down there.
About 20.
All right, so normal approach, full stop.
Yep.
Got to do something different.
Brakes.
Yeah,
Uh,
Alpha
Hotel,
Hotel. Clear touch and go.
Full stop, Alpha Hotel, Hotel.
Hotel, clear to land.
Clear to land, Alpha Hotel, Hotel.
Yeah, which is better.
Right, let's turn. Watch your airspeed. This
Yeah,
is
that's
one
right.
time where you don't want your airspeed low.
Yep.
Because you've got no time to recover.
So I'm going to add some RPMs.
Yes.
Because we are a little low as well.
Excellent. Excellent. You are very low.
Yeah.
So you got distracted by the orbit and it's
Yeah.
just throwing everything, hasn't it?
Yeah.
That's what happens.
So I guess if I was on my own, you weren't here, and this had happened, what I would do would be to just fly and do a complete circuit to get myself back together.
Oh, you could if you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I would find this a little weird. Anyway, okay, so yep, flop 20, flop
good.
full.
Start to bring your power back now.
Power back, 1500. I'll continue at this setting for a while. And trim for this speed. Wow, it's look good.
Start to reduce that power.
Yeah.
You see how it's picked up?
And we've got tailwind, I think.
Yes, exactly. There's a bit of variable wind. He said the wind's variable now.
Yep. Okay. Pull back. Whoa.
Don't try to over control it.
Back for a show. Okay, that was good.
And brake. Gentle.
Brake. On the center line. Okay. Right turn. Okay, that was interesting. I'm sweating.
Good. Didn't come here to have fun, did you?
Actually, yeah. A bit of
All right, so you need to clean the aeroplane up. Just watch
Yeah.
your taxi speed.
All right.
Strobes off too.
Strobe, that's right.
And
yeah.
just bring that mixture out a bit.
Right, tell taxi parking.
Taxiing to parking, Alpha Hotel Hotel. Right. Well, the unexpected.
Slow it down a bit.
The unexpected happened right in the end.
That's what happens.
Yeah. There's so much to learn. So that King Air that he mentioned, that was on the runway about to take off, and that meant that there'd be a conflict between us landing and it.
Yes.
We wouldn't be able yet.
He's too wide to go down the taxiway. He's wheel base.
Oh, I see.
So he's got to backtrack on the runway.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's going off for its 100 hour, its annual check.
Right, yeah.
I think so. It's going to be gone for a
Who
while.
owns it?
Leppington Pastoral Company owns that one.
So they do transport? Like, is it like a
I don't know what they do.
charter?
They own the Innerellan Town Centre. Up here, sorry.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, they own the Innerellan Town Centre, so they're not short of $1.
Okay.
They also sold a whole lot of land through the airport, new airport.
Oh, that they owned
Yeah.
it, yeah.
They owned it and they had to sell it,
Yeah, of course, mandatory.
and they made a very good profit
Very nice.
out of it.
A lot of people did. Okay, let's do the shutdown.
Just put it back to 1,000.
1,000, yeah. All right, after landing, normal landing, secure airplane. Oops, where are we?
You're down here.
Flaps off.
Flaps are up, strobes are off.
Straps off. Parking brake.
Don't worry about the parking brake and fuel.
Electrical equipment is
Well,